Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all the contraptions and trolls on my latest troll level in Dabble Worlds. This game is great, and I don't think we're even near the boundaries of what you can do with glitches in this game. Speaking of glitches, let's get to the first troll. You fall down, start here, and you hit this here. This is very important later on in the level. You hit this right here. You fall down into this first troll. Now, before we explain anything, let's just talk about this. Now, most of you are probably going to come from the Dabble server who already know about how checkpoints work. If you don't, when you get a checkpoint, that's like a permanent checkpoint. But when you try and restart from a checkpoint, it will start from the current checkpoint you're on. So this is actually a setup for a CP0, so you can't pause the game in time for, to try and negate it. So, yeah. Anyway, first troll. You come down into this room. Well, just skip through this. You come down into this room, and there are breakable blocks over here. There's a spike right here, and there's a bomb right here. Now, most players' first instincts would be like, okay, we'll blow up this wall. But then when they do, boom! Giant worm to the face! Now, there has been a big thing in our world with enemies in walls. You see, here is a piggle, and if I just have him in the wall, he will zoom across it like... I don't know what to describe it, but it happens, okay? That is a thing that happens in this game. So, when we have a setup like this, where this will blow up after you blow this up, and this bowling ball will go to the right and hit the switch, which will have a slow timer, but eventually it'll turn this on, and if we quickly turn this off so I can show you what happens, you can see that the block will get filled in, and the guy gets launched out. Now, most enemies probably will get launched out to about here, but because it's a worm, for some reason it just goes out further. And it's very inconsistent. Sometimes it goes like here, sometimes it zooms across to here. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. It'll just go anywhere. It's really stupid. Next troll, I didn't really see Dabble's work for this, but there's a shell hidden behind this shell. The whole reason why you have this whole setup here is so you can, this will like spawn off screen. There's a platform here, so the player will think, if I hit that shell, it will drop down. That is the intended troll. It's not really a good troll, I'll be honest with you, because it is kind of just your whole sprint. I don't know what I was thinking. This is a cool little setup right here, to make it so the shell permanently stays in this spot. Slopes in this game are unbelievably broken. As you can see, the shell just casually, casually goes through the slope like it's nothing. This next troll here, the pair will come to this room, and they'll probably take a minute to inspect what's going on before the imminent fate comes and they can't get inside the door. This is me pressing up, as you can see, and I can't get in, which means I have to die in the fire. Now, to explain the setup, it's surprisingly simple. This guy is like a winged buzzy beetle from Mario, and these are, for some reason, go off screen while stacked. And this is a hoglin. Now, this is one of the most important enemies for troll levels, because it allows for It allows for so much just offset complete bullcrap. You can activate anything off screen as long as you have a hoglin that spawns in somewhere, and we'll see later on the level how insane hoglins can be. Anyway, this will spawn in and drop down to here, because enemies only spawn in if I'm corrected. Up and down, it's one or two tiles from the ground. Unless they're like this and are in a stack, I think, they will not spawn in. So this hoglin being here means it will drop down, still spawned in, and will still do stuff off screen. Like, when you go here, go to the right, hit this switch, which makes... Well, oh crap, I should probably... over here, which will make the player... Oh. Sorry, put this right over here. You can see, hit that, and just slowly goes over. Very simple, but very cool. Alright, so let's say you do like this part, and you go through this door. You are encountered with a little spike guy, a spring, and that's about it. So you go over here, almost died in that there. Some sprite killers, there's a really suspicious platform here. But there's no other way to go through besides hit the switch, it seems. So I may as well just hit the switch. Now, this is completely random. It is completely random what it does, and I have no idea why. Also, the lag, because the setup uses a water balloon, which is the laggiest object in the entire game, even when you have animated tiles off, which I highly recommend for this level, because there's a lot of things that can make the game slower. Even Dobbs, who I think has a pretty good computer, his level started to lag about this part here because of some of the stuff later on the level. So I highly recommend when if you play any troll levels that from any creator, you turn off animated tiles. Unless specifically told not to otherwise, but it doesn't matter. What the setup works is this piglin drops down and it goes crazy like that. And the reason why this has to be a piglin is because certain enemies just don't die to water balloon for some reason. I would want to use this guy, but he just doesn't die to the water balloon. The whole setup is you press the button, the water balloon moves forward, it blows us up, and these guys get jumped into the air. And then this guy here will either go down here and kill you, or go up here and kill you. So really the only thing you can really do in this section is just do this, use the slope jank that was talked through earlier, and oh, yeah, also that sometimes happens. Yeah. I think that's, if you meant to go faster, that's what that's for. Next part here, you have a door and a pit that seems so unbelievably suspicious. It must be the right answer. So you jump in the pit. Oh hey, those are pretty handy. Cool item in Dabble Worlds, let you come back from the dead. It's a good job. Oh, looks like we got no. That's a shame, may as well die then. No That's just a funny little troll, doesn't really do anything. It's just there to be funny. Now, this next section. Completely new area, and now you've choose between the checkpoint or not the checkpoint. And if you were to go for the checkpoint, you die. And down here is the actual checkpoint. So, if you're all wondering why you magically die as soon as you go over here, in the recent update to Dabble Worlds, Mr. Dobbs let us change the colour of fluids, so I could just change the colour of lava to match the background. That's exactly what I did. And if you didn't fall for that, you do get to see here that you'll also die from that, which is cool. Next section, there is a bubble key right here, and normally this will circle around you, but when you go to grab it, it will die for some reason. I use this exact same thing as a lava to make poison water almost the exact same colour as a sprite killer. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Sprite killer, which, well, kills sprites. That's pretty cool. So you just... there we go. Then we can go for our next part here. Water balloon. It's unfortunate I had to use this, but, you know, Troll's funny, and as laggy as it can be to use it, it's fine. So most players be like, okay, I'll just drop this water balloon. But that doesn't work. When you drop anything in this game, it won't do the effect of it at all. It's like if you drop a pumpkin, it won't break. If you drop a... I don't know what else to say, but if you drop a water balloon, it won't burst. So, luckily, my benevolence, there is a flower right here, which you can align yourself with to perfectly throw it and get all the things. This coin is not obtainable. You cannot get it, and it's very upsetting because Chinese. Through the door, we have another screen of dubious trolls. We have breakable blocks here. We have a player blocker right here. And it looks like we're meant to go up, hit that switch, get the bowling ball, drop it down here. So, when we go up to hit the switch, we get a surprise from our good buddy Wallop. That's just a classic off-screen thwomp, as you do. Now, if we slowly go up, the switch will get activated for us, and we don't need to worry about the Wallop. Now, we drop this down. So if we drop it down, the switch will activate. But if you're not long enough, the bowling ball will come up and you will die from that. So you have to go die from the Wallop. And once you do this, you go up here, you activate the switch, you get the bowling ball, you go down here, you throw it down, and you're really fast. You go up here, you have a switch between two switches, but neither one of them works because you're actually meant to wait at the bottom there to go through the door. And this is where our CP0 comes in, and you have to start from the start. However, when you do start from the start, it is actually a twice, and you've been tricked into thinking from the start you're going to be back at the section, even though it is a completely brand new section. Let me just explain how the contraptions work in this part here, because as you can see, it is quite complex how it works. First of all, this is just an off screen. As soon as it loads in, it'll hit the switch, which activates this. When you drop the bowling ball down, it will hit the switch. You can't see it, but there is wind right here, and it will push it forward onto here. It'll go up and hit all of them, because the spider keeps them in place, and will die on the spike killer here. When you get to a certain point, about here, the whole idea of this part is to make the player think they've messed up. So the Hoglin, which spawns exactly barely off screen, will follow you the entire time all the way down here, and when you get to exactly this, one of these points here, it will go forward and hit this, which will slowly activate this, and about the same time this activates, it activates this here, which will blow up. Whew. From here on out, the level is the exact same, this troll here is the exact same, and you get to beat the level. I had many more ideas for trolls this level, but I was worried that if I continued any further, it would get extremely glitchy. So you all can look forward to my next endeavour in Dabble World's trolling. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.